Hey, photography hotspotters, and welcome to January 2015. And what an awesome year we had last year. Thank you so much to all of those people that shared their photography locations with everybody. Now, I have so many, and this is actually a really, really good problem to have, but I have so many photography hotspots to get through for our December review of the locations that are uploaded in that month. So many, in fact, it's actually 25. So I had this is blown any previous record for a monthly photography location upload to the website out of the water by miles. And again, guys, thank you so much. Very, very humbled and amazed at your dedication to get out there and share your photos. It's fantastic, and on hope that you brought people a lot of festive cheer as they visited some of these locations for themselves with maybe a brand new camera. Now, because I have 25 locations to go through, I do want to try and keep this really, really short. Now, if you watched any of these monthly reviews, you know that I always say that and it ends up sort of blowing out a little bit, but I'm going to try and keep this really, really short. So what I want to say is if you see anything that you like, please visit photographyhotspots.com.au. Probably remember the name of it, come down here in the search and type it in there and hit search, and that'll bring that location up because I am going to go through these very, very quickly. So let's just get straight into it. If I can do that properly, there we go. So Newcastle Ocean Baths was the very, very, very first one. This was shared by Steve Markham, who made our top 10 photographers on Facebook for 2014. And as you can see, stunning photos. So Newcastle Ocean Baths, and he gave it a 9.5 out of 10. So pretty decent score there. And that's that one. As I said, we're going to go through these pretty quick. So May Lane in St Peters, New South Wales. This was shared by Paul H. Now Paul he's back this month again with a few more locations, which is awesome. He's got to be running out of locations soon. Seems to have been everywhere, this guy. But if you love your street art, this looks like a great photography location to check out. And he's given it a 7.5 out of 10. And obviously he's been there during the day, so that's pretty cool. All right, and Kirra Japanese Gardens. I love how we're getting all these different types of gardens. So again, this is by Paul H. And this is 7.5. So this is out there. Wow, that looks stunning. Look at that. So it looks like a fantastic photography locations for all you horticulturists or anybody that loves their gardens. Certainly check this out. So there's that one. And this is something completely different. So thank you to Paul H for sharing this. But the Sydney Zombie Walk just goes to show you that you can find photography hotspots anywhere. And yeah, go along and take some photos of zombies. You can use slow shutter speeds because they do move quite slow. Sorry, it's a bit of a bad joke. But yeah, certainly check it out. They've got the website there if you want to find a bit more information. But yeah, some certainly unique and different photos that you'll capture there anyway. Featherdale Wildlife Park. So if you're into pet photography or anything like that, this will certainly be a location that you might want to check out. And this was shared by Amro Labib. So thank you very, very much, Amro. He's given an 8.5 out of 10. And this is at Doonside, which is Sydney's west. So this is a location that if you're out that way, you probably want to check out. There's a website for that as well. But he's also provided a great deal of information, which is fantastic. So thank you very much, Amro. And if I remember correctly, you've got the next one as well. Yes, you do. Awesome. Which is Liverpool. So this is a bit of street photography for all you people that are keen in street photography. Certainly some multicultural stuff there, which is awesome. And yeah, I know street photography seems to be becoming bigger and bigger. So certainly a location you could check out if you are into that. Another Chinese Gardens, which is awesome. This one's at Narragansett Reserve, which is also actually at Doonside. And this was actually shared by James Tan. So thank you very much, James. Welcome. And he's shared this photography location. I have been there myself recently, and this is actually quite a good location. So much so that James actually given it an 8 out of 10. So again, if you're in Sydney's West or visiting that way, there are some great photography hotspots that aren't necessarily along the coastline, which is awesome. You can also move into inner Sydney and Western Sydney and find some great locations there as well. This one I thought was pretty cool. This one again was shared by James Tan. He's given it a 9 out of 10. He's into his aerial photography. So he's found Lady Robertson Beach. And so he comes down here and takes photos, as you can see, of these jets and whatnot taking off. So pretty cool location if you're into some aerial photography or just want to sort of see some planes taking off. That could be a very good spot to do it. This was shared by myself. So the Sydney Open, which is an event, I think that's held every 2 years in Sydney, and it basically gives you access to a variety of different buildings throughout Sydney. And it's a fantastic photography event, really, not even just a location, but an event. And I certainly recommend that if you ever hear the Sydney Open coming up, that you certainly go through and take it out. There's me here. This is a good group of friends of mine. Who are all photographers, plus my beautiful soon-to-be wife right there. And yeah, I go through and basically talk about gear and all that sort of stuff. So, you get into some of these amazing buildings that you normally wouldn't have access to. So certainly check it out if you're into architecture. But certainly just check it out anyway. It's fantastic. I could not recommend it high enough. Another street art photography. So this is by Paul H as well, and this is Central Station. So another one from New South Wales. And again, he also talks in here about actually taking photos of people and whatnot. So about asking permission and those sorts of things. So certainly read this if you're interested in street photography. And it's great to see new sort of genres come filtering into photography hotspots. It's not just about landscapes. But in saying that, if you are into landscapes, here's another one by the same gentleman, Paul H. I love these. He didn't use a tripod, which just blows me away. This one's in Brisbane, Queensland, so St John's Anglican Cathedral, and I love the colours and the detail on this. This looks amazing, and if I ever go, well, sorry, not if I ever, because I will be going, I'm hoping to go there to Brisbane this year, so this will be a location that I really hope I get time to photograph. So thank you, Paul H, for that. And another one from Paul H. This one's the Story Bridge in Brisbane. So Paul obviously, or hopefully maybe listened to my last month's review of like what I'm doing now. At the end of it, I asked for, if anybody's been in Queensland, could you share some locations? So he's doing that right here, which is fantastic. And yeah, the Story Bridge looks amazing. So very cool. And he's given that an 8 out of 10. And another one from Queensland, another one from Paul H. So he has, again, mate, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you taking the time to share all these great locations and also your stunning photography as well. The funny thing about Paul is we talked at the start about the 200 word minimum. And he sort of said to me, I might struggle to do it, but he comes up with some great content. So again, mate, thank you so much for taking the time out to do it. And your photos are amazing. So if you are in Brisbane and looking to capture something, this is pretty cool. All the car trails and that sort of stuff, nice cityscape, and also some pretty cool architecture, then check out the Treasury Casino. And again, from Paul, so the guy is a machine, South Bank, Brisbane. And look at the detail in that. That looks like some sort of a Chinese building. It looks fantastic. And then we have the big theme park, I guess. But that looks really, really cool. So definitely check that out as well if you are in Brisbane. And Paul's given that an 8.5 out of 10. And then down in Adelaide. Now, this is by Paul again. So this guy just travels all over the place. Paul, I'm very envious of all the places you've been to. He's checking out here. We've got, Adelaide. So basically just the heart of the city, I guess. This building looks incredible. So he's got the Three Rivers Fountain, which is the first one. The CSIRO building, which is the second photo, which is this one here that I was just commenting on. And then the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. So very cool. And he's given an 8 out of 10. So he obviously really enjoyed photographing here and obviously looks like a great nighttime photography location. Again, Paul, and he's shared Glenelg in South Australia. So let's see, this is South Adelaide, so it's not too far from the last location, which was Adelaide. But he's given this a 7.5 out of 10. As you can see, it's a really nice long pier that's obviously along the ocean there. So pretty cool if you want to check that one out. I'm pretty sure it says it's accessible by train or something like that as well. So yeah, certainly check that out as well. This one I know is by Paul. I remember the sculptures. So this is 7.5 out of 10. And this is Rundle Mall, which is again in Adelaide as well. So I love that picture. Love how you got the little, what they call a little star over the ear there. I think that looks awesome. So very, very cool. And again, it's awesome what cities do to sort of jazz up what an otherwise ordinary mall would have looked like. So very, very cool. Sydney Darling Harbour. This one is by Marcio Simoes. Hopefully I got that right. I'm actually going to try that again. Marcio. Hopefully I've got that right, mate. But thank you very, very much for sharing. I love this image. Love the detail in it. It's incredible. Obviously, Sydney Darling Harbour. 9 out of 10. I've been there many times, and I certainly would agree with that. It is a stunning photography location. Unfortunately, only the one. Would have loved to have seen a couple more and maybe some information about what you thought of it. But I certainly could not argue with a great location all year round. So thank you very much, mates. Ettalong Beach Central Coast. This was shared by Christopher Eather, and he's given it a 10 out of 10. Chris contacted me through. Chris actually posted this on my Photography Hotspots Facebook page, and I then asked him to share it on Photography Hotspots. So I thought it was an amazing photo. It looked like a great photography location. So he's gone into a lot of effort here to put in his thoughts and all that sort of stuff. He says he'd like to thank Rob Potter and me who runs this, but mate, I'd like to thank you because again, without people like you, this website sort of doesn't get to where it gets to. So mate, thank you so much. Ettalong Beach Central Coast. If you're up that way, and we're actually hoping to be up that way very, very soon, or actually this month for a photo walk. We're going to be out at Summersby Falls. So if you're listening to this before the end of the month, jump on the photowalkguys.com.au and come along and join us. It's free and we'd love to have you there. Okay, Sydney Opera House. Probably don't need to say too much about this. This is an amazing photography location. Although Marcio has given it a 6.5 out of 10. So maybe some information. Again, Marcio, would have loved to have known why you gave it a 6.5 out of 10. And yeah, maybe why it didn't get a 7 or an 8 in your eyes. And that's a great thing about these. It's all up to a personal opinion. So again, thank you very much for sharing that, mate. This one was mind-blowing. I loved this one. Raglan train station. I am so close to sort of jumping in the car and driving up there after seeing these photos. Again, this was shared on the Facebook page, the Photography Hotspots Facebook page, and I asked Matt to share the details of it on the website, as you can see here. 9.5 out of 10, and this I think was taken at sunrise. But as you can see, I was going to say it's an old abandoned train station, but it's not. Apparently the trains do still come along here, although obviously that building's no longer in use. But what an amazing looking photography location, and what an amazing like photos. Look at that sky. So certainly worth checking that out. Thanks very much, Matt, for sharing that, mate. Love your work. And again, I appreciate you sharing that location. Another one actually who shared their photo with me on Facebook, and I asked them to pop it up on the Hotspots page, was Michael. So thank you very, very much, Michael Geddes. I know he shared a couple already or one or two in January. So, mate, really appreciate that. Lennox Bridge in Glenbrook. So sort of towards or up the Blue Mountains for those people that are out that way. I have stopped there quickly without my camera though, but it does look like quite a good photography location. And Michael's given an 8 out of 10. So pretty cool there. Hanging Rock by one of my favourite photographers, Alex Taylor of Visual Cocaine. Excuse me. Love his watermark. 8 out of 10 he's given it. This is a location that I'm desperate to go out to, but probably there he is there. He's incredibly tall, so you can never miss him. Certainly read through this because there is a bit to actually getting out to this location if you are interested, but it does look amazing. So I am certainly going to make it my mission to get out there this year. But look at that. That looks fantastic. And yeah, you can sort of sit out there for those of you that are okay with heights. And the very, very last one, I did say that would be quite quick, but Karen Gosper, thank you very much, Karen, for sharing with us Kirra Beach, which is in Queensland, so another great Queensland location. It's great to see some Queensland locations being uploaded this month. Karen's given it an 8 out of 10, which is awesome, and yeah, provided some nice photos and a bit of information there. So again, Karen, thank you so much for your contribution. And that's it, guys. I did say it would be quite quick. If you want to find any of those locations I just mentioned, you can find them through here. Certainly jump on, go through. You can click on any one of these and it'll bring up different locations. There's at Kirra Japanese Gardens, or you can pop it in the search here. And even if you have like a favorite photographer, you can search through them through here. That's me there, Alex and Renee. So hopefully that's helped. If you have a fantastic photography location that you've been to, then please share it with us like everybody else has done that month. And let's see if we can even surpass December 2014. That would be brilliant. So more than 25, obviously 26. But you can do that here as well on our share page. So photographyhotspots.com.au/share. All right, guys. Well, that's it. I want to try and keep this very, very short. But again, really appreciate everybody's hard work and efforts in not only uploading locations in December, but throughout the year. Really, really appreciate it. Until next time, guys, happy snapping. All the best. Thanks. Bye.
Visit photographyhotspots.com.au and share your favourite photography locations today.